Since its debut in 1993, the Power Rangers have gone from a low-budget recycling of Japanese TV to a pop culture phenomenon. And after more than 20 years and 17 variations, they are still going strong. After almost 20 years since their last feature film, the Power Rangers are headed back to the big screen on July 22nd, 2016. And today we are taking a look at 7 things we think need to happen in the movie. The Power Rangers have included teams of police officers, ninjas, ones that hung out in space, and ones that just channeled animal spirits, just to name a few. And with so many to choose from, the prospects could seem kind of overwhelming. But when it comes to a Power Rangers movie, the best choice, guys, it's just the original. Focusing on the mighty Morphon Power Rangers not only pays respect to the original series, it also features the most iconic and recognizable of all the franchise. After all, I mean, nothing beats the originals, right? This might sound like blasphemy to some out there, but we don't want Tommy Oliver, aka the villainous Green Ranger, who eventually becomes the heroic White Ranger, to be the focus of the movie. Sure, I mean, perhaps he's the most recognizable and popular Ranger in history, but his story would have way more impact if he doesn't show up right from the start. Tommy was never an original Ranger, and trying to cram an origin story in with potential villains like Zed and Rita, things could just get way too crowded. So let's use the first movie to show how amazing the Power Rangers are before tossing one of their most iconic adversaries and greatest leaders into the mix. In the end, it will just make Tommy's story that much stronger. Think of the Power Rangers fighting outside of their Zords, and you probably picture martial arts with maybe a weapon or two. Later versions of the franchise introduced Rangers with more individual powers, but for the most part, it's been a lot of the same. When it comes to modern day movies, we want and expect a whole lot more. Each Ranger showcasing their individual powers would be a really great touch, but regardless, we need to see their strength, speed, and agility looking superhuman. If they are strong enough to take on supervillains and save the world, things like the Putties shouldn't stand a chance. Recent action movies like Kingsman, John Wick, and The Raid 2 have raised the bar of what's possible, and none of those characters had superpowers to begin with, so give us fight scenes that make them worthy to be called Power Rangers. A lot of the actors that have portrayed Rangers over the years are still proud representatives of the Power Rangers community, regularly appearing at fan conventions and autograph signings. A few in particular, like Jason David Frank, who played the original Tommy Oliver, have openly campaigned for a spot in the new movie, and we would love to see this happen. Don't get us wrong, we don't expect or even want them to jump back into their old uniforms like in the 90s. But a small role or maybe a cameo would be a great way to honor the people that helped make Power Rangers a brand that has lasted more than 20 years, and it would be a really great nod to longtime fans. Special effects have come a long way since the days of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And recent films like Transformers, Pacific Rim, and Godzilla have raised the bar and moviegoers' expectations of what fights involving giant robots and/or equally giant monsters should look like. So we're going to need to see more than 2 guys in suits swinging at each other this time around. To be successful and taken seriously, we need to see amazing battles that stand out above Pacific Rim and similar movies and showcase the Megazord's unique weapons and fighting style. And it would be a bonus if the fights were better lit than the ones seen in Pacific Rim, just saying. There's no reason a giant robot monster fight can't happen in the daytime. A Power Rangers fan video starring James Vanderbeek and Katie Sackhoff recently made the rounds that featured a very over-the-top dark take on the franchise. And while we in no way want the new Power Rangers movie to be that dark, there were definitely some cool elements that the new film could take a cue from. Just about every modern superhero movie these days has been slapped with a PG-13 rating, and the Power Rangers, we think, should follow suit. A slightly grittier take on the source material would allow for more drama, more violence, and of course, more romance. The The Power Rangers should feel like real, complicated teenagers that people can relate to. There is a lot to like about the Power Rangers, but story and writing has never exactly been their strong suit. And one of the biggest issues has been the villains, who tend to have no other motivation for their deeds other than that they're evil. Nobody is expecting Shakespeare from a movie like The Power Rangers, featuring teenagers who gain their powers from a giant disembodied head, but that doesn't mean there can't be reasons for the things happening around them. So with a bigger budget, we need a writer that honors the original storyline while still being able to give us a compelling story. So friends, now that you've seen our list of needs for the 2016 Power Rangers movie, it is time to share yours. Head on down to the comment section, or you can tweet us any old time. We are at Clever Movies, and tell us what you think needs to happen in the new movie, and then you can click right on over here to find out which movie weapons we think are the most awesome and badass of all time. Until next time, I'm Jocelyn Davis. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you soon right here with more movie news.